Socrates. The only true wisdom consists in knowing that you know nothing. That's us, dude. Oh, yeah. Let's bag him.
In a world of big-budget blockbusters, travel back in time to explore the epic and not-so-epic movies of yesteryear. Join Tim, Chris, Dana, and Spaz on their adventures through Nostalgia Land. This is On Second Watch, a movie nostalgia podcast.
Welcome back to On Second Watch, where we are on where we are.
Get your shit straight.
I can't even talk now that we've been talking, but we are on part 2 of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Where we are going to explore our rewatch of this fantastic film, and I think just to get things going, I think there's a lot of different experiences that we got out of this movie. And most of us that have seen it have not watched it since the 90s, I think, is where we were.
Yep.
Early 90s. We were kids. Was the last time we saw this. So after rewatching this, I'm pretty sure 90% of the jokes went way over our heads. And now, as 30-somethings, a lot of those jokes probably made a lot more sense. And I noticed there's a lot of subtle humor in this movie that was quite brilliant. But we can get into that in a little bit. But I think before we jump into our results for over under, I just wanted to let's talk about our nostalgia compared to our new experiences. So I think I don't know, should we just get this out of the way, Dana?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, let's just go there, Dana. I mean, I understand that this movie was not going to be your cup of tea, and you've avoided it for many years. And you were very reluctant to watch it, and you gave it a 4. I think it was a 4. So let's just hit me with it. What do you?
Why? I just don't get it.
Why is it a great movie? Well, let's talk about it.
Okay, I'm going to be totally upfront on this. Had I seen it as a child or as a younger kid, I think I would have just probably felt like you guys did and just really enjoyed it and really loved it. But a lot of it, I was like, I feel like I got dumber while I was listening to it. And it really hurt. That being said, it wasn't all bad, but it's just, I think it's overrated. But that's just me. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to go hide in the corner while you guys yell at me.
No, I'm not going to yell at you. I thought
you're going to verbally assault me.
Slightly. Some light jarring. But I thought the movie actually got more intelligent as it went on. You know, it's just, yeah, they set the precedence that they're, these slacker, nobodies. They don't care about school, or they're each other's only friends. They're not really cool, or they're not hated on by anyone. They're just kind of in their own world. And as, they started their adventure, and yeah, it took them until the last 5 minutes of the film to actually get Socrates' name right. But
So great.
I don't know. Socrates, yeah.
Socrates.
But, I think as perhaps this is very similar to some other movies that are very much stuck in the 80s or 90s, that if you didn't see it at that time, then maybe watching it now and, this 2020, it's kind of jarring a little bit. I can give you that. But I mean, the way they were talking and acting is just, it bothered you that much? Okay, fair enough. All right.
Good conversation.
Dude.
I mean, yeah, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But
right.
I didn't hate the movie, despite how I'm talking. It just was one of those where I'm like, especially in the beginning, it was a little painful to get through.
So
but, I mean,
what was painful for me was I forgot at the very beginning where it's just kind of introducing or, run through the typical produced by cast and all that kind of stuff, that animated scene of that crystal basically coming down, it's like, man, this is going on forever.
Yeah, but I do have a theory though. After watching this movie, especially being that I hadn't seen it before, all the little tube things that they went through, I mean, like, so Keanu was in another version of The Matrix here. Sorry, but it's exactly what I viewed as, like, oh, they're just traveling through the tubes trying to get to the next thing, but I don't know.
Maybe they're in the same universe.
Those were some
I think they were.
epically awesome graphics.
Yeah, I don't know that you could quite recreate that.
No, that was just beautiful.
But I mean, because I even though it wasn't my cup of tea, I don't have the worst things when it comes down to the rating. So
basically, you're saying you've seen worse.
Yes.
And this, okay, I'll take that. I mean, I'll be honest. I was like, okay, maybe if I can eke out just it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. I could be like, hey, I think Bogus Journey is actually a better film, so why don't we watch that together?
Take the win. Take the win.
I looked at Dana after the credits were rolling. I'm like, I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to turn the TV off, and I think we're going to go to bed.
I have to ask, is one of your favorite parts of this watching my reactions to the movies? Because I feel like that's actually a bigger thing for you.
It is very entertaining. But I'll be honest with you, when I was watching this movie, I was really afraid to look at you.
Wow, I'm terrifying.
I mean, partially because I was so busy trying to keep track of how many times they said "dude"
or went into their phone booth.
And I mean, there's so many things I had to keep track of in this one. But honestly, it just between that and then every time I did look at you, you just did not seem enthused. I was like, well. You'll win some, you'll lose some. But
when she gets up halfway through the movie and says, "I'm gonna go take a shower," it's a bad situation, man.
Okay, no. In my defense, though, I had to get up really early the next morning, and I realized that my window of getting my shower in before it was just going to keep me up all night was very low, and I'm like, crap, I gotta go. So I did that as quick as I could, and then came back. But
you would never do that during Inception.
No, I probably would have in this situation too.
Wow.
And not because I don't, again, not because I didn't like the movie. It just, life happened in that moment. So in some freaky weird way.
It was like just starting to get really good. And Dan's like, you know what? Pause this. I'm going to go. And I'm thinking, it's like, man, she's taking a much longer shower than she normally does.
Well, I don't think I did, but thanks.
But it's okay. You know what? I understand that this isn't typically the kind of movie that you watch. So I appreciate that even though you intended on not ever watching this movie ever in your entire life, that Chris decided to skip this one and you decided to be the bigger person and you watched this. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I guess I owe you something now. I don't know. Whatever. I'll watch the girls and you can go, but please come back.
I love that you added that in there.
Well, Spaz, I'm curious how you felt. So why don't we jump into your assessment of this movie?
Well, when I was with you about the opening credits, I didn't remember that entire part of the movie, and I was with you. That took forever to get down to the floor. but for the entire music score, I forgot how much I enjoyed it. That was the music in this movie was great, and it just brought me back to when I was hiding out at like midnight, 1, 2 in the morning to watch this movie, because like I said last time, my parents literally told me I couldn't watch it again. And then looking back at like at myself in school, I was like, damn.
Explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was like, I
felt that one.
I looked way too much into this movie because that's how I thought about school. And damn, I struggled, and there was a bunch of times Carrie didn't let me copy. I probably would have been held back in class. But no, definitely brought back good memories, and I understood more of the jokes, obviously, seeing how I'm in my 30s and you understand more. But
you know, if someone told me that if a teacher asked you who Napoleon Bonaparte was, if they said, well, Spaz just said he's a short dead dude, I'd be like, that checks out. That totally checks out.
A short French guy who's dead.
I would believe him. So,
and now you know where they got Waterloo at.
Right.
Waterloops. No, but there was definitely some parts that didn't hold up though in this movie. But I mean, it was 89 when it was made, so go figure. Yeah,
there were some cringe moments, I thought.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Bill's dad, what a creep, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
Like,
gonna bring
oh my God.
I mean, he literally had sex on his son's bed with a girl that is what, 4 years older than Bill.
3.
Yeah, she had to be
3 years. No, 3 years older because she was a senior and
maybe 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that creeped me the heck out.
And plus, when she's sitting on the bed and they look at her, she looks really like bothered, like upset. Like this is not okay. This is something seriously wrong with this.
Well, I had to. Well, I mean, it looked like he was keeping her against her will.
Yeah, when I was a kid, the whole hey Missy, Mom, that whole thing about being like a couple years older than him, I thought it was funny as a kid, but then when you're older and you kind of see that dynamic, it's like, oh, this is a little cringe. I don't like this.
Yeah, that was that was wrong. That was totally so wrong. And I also they kind of stopped the loop there too with the Teds because he didn't leave the keys where he was supposed to leave them behind the sign. He left them in this jail cell. So how the heck does the other Ted and Bill get the keys when he left them in the jail cell?
Do we want to dive into this paradox?
A little bit.
Oh.
No, I don't. No, we don't have to. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, well, kind of screwed the other people, the other Ted and Bill.
No, they had to give the keys back to their dad so they could go back in time after they found the keys and hide them. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, okay. I got you.
There were some moments in this movie that I was going to be like, okay, this plot doesn't make sense, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah, I was overthinking a few of the things in that movie, and I definitely should not have been overthinking it at all.
I was actually able to turn that part of my brain off pretty quick, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. Carrie, sorry to steal your thunder about the weirdness, but let's hear your assessment of this movie.
Yeah. So I'm writing on a bunch of perhaps negativity from the first few reviewers. So in typical Carrie form, I'm going to be kind of optimistic. So yeah, some stuff didn't hold up well, and I think just because the movie's so old, I thought it was really slow to get into the story. Like being California guys and saying "dude" 5 million times, like can't carry a movie for 20 minutes, right? But once it got into the story, it's still delightful. I don't know. I still find it to be a very fun, enjoyable movie once we got into like the heart of it. So yeah, I mean, some of the stuff, like we said, didn't hold up. I agree with Dan about the score. I was going to make a comment about that too. I think some of the jokes, went totally over my head when I was younger, but I fully appreciated them now. And it was just delightful 80s comedy. I don't know. And it really, it wasn't necessarily the first, obviously, like buddy comedy by any means, but it was one of the first ones I remember seeing. So it will always be kind of the standard for me. So I thought that held up still. But I was telling Dana this earlier, but my husband had never seen the movie before. And he wasn't as much of a fan as I was. We'll put it like that.
Oh, I can't believe that.
So was he more along the line of where I was? Because if he hadn't seen it before, I'm curious, is this more of a, like, you guys have more positive nostalgia because you saw the movie, when you were younger versus where we obviously are seeing it as older? or was it worse?
I think this one was riding on the nostalgia fumes pretty strongly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he made it kind of
Okay.
like you, Dana, like 10 minutes in and was kind of like, like, all fine.
Okay, so I don't feel like singled out on that way, because like it was one of those where I felt like not seeing it before definitely changed how I viewed it. Now, I don't know about him, but for me, it's like watching it. Yeah, by the end of it, I was like, okay, there's some good moments. I laughed a little bit and things like that, but overall, I'm like, you guys are definitely going off of nostalgia on how you're feeling with it too.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you saw that as many times as the three of us have back in the day, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I was going on was the nostalgia. If I didn't see that movie like I did, I probably would have been in the same boat as you and Tyler, probably, except for like a few scenes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't all bad, but I was just kind of like, what am I doing?
Well, and
What am I doing? That's a great comment about this movie.
Yep.
That's Dana's review of this movie. What am I doing?
Well, and that last scene when they're doing the report, I kind of keep laughing because I'm like, so they were supposed to do this great report, and they had all these good visual effects and all the like cool costumes in theory if you were a bystander, but like, did they actually talk about them? Not really.
No.
So like, why would you give them an A+?
Yeah, I mean, Socrates, he just told him why he likes San Dimas, California. I mean,
In a different language.
Yeah, and sign language.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sign language to bro language.
I think they got an A+ because they went on the most excellent adventure.
So
Yeah.
true.
Actually, I think they got an A+ because Missy got there and bothered the teacher he forgot.
Yeah,
'Cause that was awkward too.
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
has some subtle
that was
context to
weird.
it.
yeah. I think her
was
and
really
teacher got
weird.
jiggy with it at some point.
Just
Yeah, that I kind of felt that vibe.
so let me explain after rewatching this with a I guess more adult, if you want to call that, brain. But one of the things that really stood out to me that I really enjoyed was watching Keanu and Alex interact with each other, because they sold the whole aspect that they were like the best of friends. Like you could just see the excitement and the fun on their faces when they were acting and going through scenes together. They looked like they were having the time of their life, which is why I do not blame them for pushing so hard to get this third one out.
Yeah.
Because even in the trailer and some of the clips I've seen, they look like they are just having a blast. Especially Alex. This is like a very passionate thing for him. So I'm very happy they got a chance to do a third on their own terms with, the original writer. And, it's just, so I'm hoping it ends up being a fun, nostalgic trip, even though I know Dana's not going to watch it.
I agree, Tim. I mean, I think, like I said, a lot of the problems I had with it were just the fact that it was just old, right? And movies just move faster now.
Yeah.
So I think now that this will be a more modernized version, still in the spirit of the original, I think that I'm actually excited for the third one.
I am too. Can't wait.
I kind of think that the third one may actually be a lot better, like for somebody like me too.
Well, the second one was good, but there's one scene that you wouldn't enjoy.
So let me explain the second one, Dana, because I just want you to hear the plot, because it's totally different than the first movie. They could have been one of those movies that just say, hey, we're just going to do a sequel that's exactly the same as the prequel, and just, no. So basically, there's this villain from the future that goes in the past to knock off Bill and Ted, to stop their, saving the humanity. So it's like a la Terminator, I guess. But so they have like these two robots that come in, or I think they call them Evil Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
That came in to replace them, and they basically kill Bill and Ted. They throw them off a mountain. And then the Grim Reaper comes to try to take them away, and then they end up giving them a Melvin and run away. A lot of stuff happens.
Yes.
There's a lot of Melvins.
Of course there are.
Oh, man.
But they end up getting sent to hell, and to escape, they have to beat, Death, the Grim Reaper, in a series of challenges or whatever. And they ended up just kicking his ass in every game they play. And it's stuff like Battleship or Twister, just absurd stuff. They beat him every single time. And eventually Death gives in and says, okay, well, they have to go back to heaven, I guess, to, request a chance to go back to Earth because they were killed in the most heinous way. Basically just to try to, restore their life and get back on track. So it's a hilarious, fun adventure that's got nothing to do with time travel per se. And Death, the Grim Reaper, is the best character I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's the movie. So
this sounds most excellent.
Go to hell.
So that was perfect.
Yeah. I
won't even give it a chance.
I really wish you would watch it because it's different but the same in some ways, but it's fine. Whatever. I'm not going to push it. You did me the favor and watch Excellent Adventure, so
I think you kind of sold me on it, not going to lie.
Ooh.
What?
Then I'm going to stop talking.
Tim.
You were okay. Here, I'm going to go.
You got it, man.
You were digging your grave a little bit more, but
more dead puns.
My specialty is puns.
Keep the puns coming, Dana. You're killing it.
But a bum.
I don't.
By the
work
way,
under
for
pressure.
anyone that's listening right now, Dana and I live in pun land. This is how we talk. This is what we do all the time.
Yes.
Until somebody just gets really annoyed.
Yes.
So.
This is true.
Yes.
Anyway, to stop beating that dead horse, let's move on.
God damn it.
Yes, there's a scene of a bunny, but
After what I showed you earlier to prove my fear of bunnies, you had to bring that in.
Okay, so anyone that looked up pictures of Easter bunnies from like the 19 whatevers to the 1980s, they're freaking terrifying, okay? I think everyone can agree that those pictures are awful. What we're talking about?
Totally.
No, I never looked at Easter bunny
Okay.
pictures.
We'll send you some pictures, Spaz, so you can sleep well tonight.
It sounds good. They're bunnies, so
Like the Donnie Darko bunny.
Worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really terrifying. But yeah, these bunnies from the past are just no wonder kids are messed up. But all right, so that's my view on it. I mean, to me the movie was still a very fun ride. I understood so many more jokes than I did when I was a kid. I still laughed at the stupid ones that I laughed as a kid.
of course.
Anyway, but it's just there's so much subtle humor that I think was very brilliantly written. So to me, the screenplay was very well done. Some things I wanted to call out. So, when Billy the Kid and Socrates are kind of flirting with those girls at the table or whatever, and then Freud comes walking up and he's holding a corn dog, and as he's saying stuff, the corn dog rises up, and then when they deny him, it droops down.
Yep.
That's awesome.
As a psychology major, I appreciated that one so much more than not.
That is such a Freudian joke. It's hilarious.
Yes, no, that was actually really funny.
And then another moment with Freud that I thought was hilarious was when after he diagnoses Ted daddy issues.
Yep.
And then asked Bill if he wanted to sit in the chair. He's like, no, I just got a minor Oedipal complex, which is awesome because for one, the whole Oedipus complex is a Freud theory. And that whole running gag about Missy is to me, that's brilliant comedy.
Yep.
That's set up from the very beginning and it's got a great payoff if you're paying attention. So it's just, I don't know. Those are some of the examples I noticed. And another one of my really favorite ones was when they first meet Socrates and they just like, you got to say something, man. Or dude. And so Ted quotes, Dust in the Wind. And then all of a sudden Socrates has this epiphany and, says his famous quote about, sand in the hourglass. These are the days of our lives or whatever. However it goes, I'm butchering it, but it's like Ted going back in time suddenly caused Socrates to have this epiphany and come up with some amazing
philosophical
quote.
idea.
Yeah, that's still being used today. So it's like, look at Ted changing the course of history.
He's philosophizing, man.
That's right.
All we are
is dust in the wind, dude. Dust. Wind. Dude.
I'm sure there are so many more of those kind of jokes, but those are the ones that really stood out in my head. And I asked for people to kind of share some of the other things that they noticed on the Facebook group that I'm a part of with Bill and Ted, just to see if other people notice some things. So if I do get a list, I'll probably post them online of other subtle humor that people notice. That's, to me, very intelligent work of comedy. So that's just some stuff I wanted to share. So, hey, watching this as an adult really paid off for me because, hey, there's so much more comedy that just I never would have picked up on as a child. And I still find 69 dudes hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
All right. So with that, let's jump into our over-under results. Because I was busy keeping track of this. Oh, my God.
I believe it.
Oh, so much. So really, out the gate, before we start getting into the questions, who do you think won?
Me and Carrie already are up by 1 on Chris and Dana.
This is true.
Yes, we did talk about the historical figures, but who do you think won?
I have no idea.
Not me.
I don't think I
Probably
won
not
either.
Chris either. I think it's
I
between.
think it's Carrie.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
I think it's between Dan and Carrie.
No, I think it's Carrie. I don't think I did that well.
Oh man, the tension. This is making it even more like nerve-wracking for me.
That should just like pause for a minute and just let it just sit there.
No, it's
idly
not.
as
Make
we-
us nervous.
So
Actually, to be honest with you, I think Dana won.
Okay,
Because this is Dana's type of situation.
totally.
that would be horrible if I won.
Well, let's find out how excellent this game of Over Under was. So question number 1 was, how many times do they play air guitar? And I asked if it was more or less than 5.5, and that was actually a really good estimate on my part because I counted exactly 6.
Oh wow, I missed one then. Darn it.
Yeah, it started out, I think there were a number of them, and then it just kind of stopped for a while, and it got to 6. And Chris, Dana, and Carrie all said under, so Spaz with the point.
Woohoo!
Dan.
So Spaz being on the island paid off for him.
Yeah, it did. Barely.
Dan, I think you got this one. Beyond just this question, I think you got this.
Well, let's see. So question number 2 was, how many times do they say the word dude? And was it more or less than 45.5? Chris, Dana, and Spaz said over. This time Carrie was on the island and said under. And Carrie, you could not be more wrong.
Come on, Carrie. I told you the entire movie's dude.
Yeah, but 45 was so many that I was like, that's like literally half the movie. But now rewatching it, my God, it's just so awesome.
Dude is everywhere.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hello, old ugly dudes.
Yeah.
I loved it. The number of times, according to the script that I found, because there's no way I could count all these, was 70.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Dude.
And because we talked about this in the last episode, just to check against Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Where's My Car actually says it more times. And I was surprised that it wasn't over 100. I think it hovered right around 97-ish times in Dude,
Wow,
Where's My Car?
I thought it would have been over 100.
So did I.
Yeah.
I mean, because I feel like they spent 5 minutes going, dude, where's your car, dude?
Yeah,
Where's my car,
well,
dude?
that's the first 5 minutes of the movie is them saying, dude, where's my car?
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
dude swink tattoo parlor.
Yeah,
And I think they did it again in another part of the movie. I don't know. It was
If you probably take out the where's your car, dude, dude, where's my car, and the dude sweet moment, it probably is less than Bill and Ted.
oh, absolutely. And then
Yep.
and then
So yeah, if anyone hates us enough, oh god,
Yes, a movie I actually saw. Sorry.
should watch that, but wouldn't watch this. Whatever. So if anyone hates us enough to actually want us to watch Dude, Where's My Car, maybe I'll ask a question. How many times I say dude if you exclude those two scenes?
Oh, God.
We'll find out.
That's a good
So,
one.
yeah. So question 3, we kind of talked about this already, but how many historical figures do they take back from the past? And it is 8.
Like I said, I was debating between 7 or 8 because I forgot about King Henry, and then it came to me. So, very proud of that one.
They didn't take King
They didn't take King Henry.
They didn't take him there, but you said how many did they visit, right?
No, how many did they take?
How many did they take?
Oh, yeah, no, it's still 8. Yes, never
was
mind.
still 8,
It ended up being between 8 or 9, right, for me, right?
I remembered 5. I forgot 3.
Yes.
I forgot Billy the Kid, Sigmund Freud, and
Sigmund Freud.
Freud. Yeah. And I forgot Beethoven.
Fruit dude. Oh, here's another one. Yeah. Do you know who Joan of Arc is? Noah's wife?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so no, dude, is Joan of Arc is not Noah's wife. Well, then who's his wife?
Of course he'd ask that question.
Yeah.
So Spaz and Carrie got that question right, which makes Spaz 3 for 3.
Booyah.
My
Dang.
God.
So Spaz has 3. Carrie, Dana, and Chris have 1.
Eric's got 2, I thought.
No?
No,
No?
just that one. With 3 questions to go, Spaz is in a commanding lead.
Oh, damn.
However,
Here comes the turn for the boards.
so how many times do we hear the word excellent?
I got this wrong.
And I asked if it was more or less than 30.5. Spaz said under, everyone else said over, and guess what? It was under.
What?
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
oh snap.
it was
Wow.
only 27 times.
Look at you, Dan.
Wow. I thought
Only
I got that one wrong.
27.
Yeah.
Nice job, man.
So the fact that it was 27 and Spaz said under, Spaz has 4. It is numerically impossible for Spaz to lose. So congratulations, sir.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Who sucks? Chris, Dana, and Carrie suck.
You're the worst.
God, you guys are so fucking terrible. How do you get these wrong? I mean, they're so easy. God, a baby could answer these properly. And
They
I proved
did.
it. And I proved it.
Do you want to gloat or?
You
Is
can
that
finish. We can finish off my victory. Let's do this.
Alright.
I probably got the last 2 wrong, anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to let Dan have this full
Let's-
win.
This is my second win, bitches.
Let's get through these questions and let you do your victory speech. So
I think I did it.
no, I need to hear your thank yous and all that. So question number 5, how many times do they say something at the exact same time? And I asked if it was over under 6.5. I lost count at 26.
Yeah, I got this
Wow.
one. I said under.
Oh, you did. You and Chris said under. Carrie and Dana said over. There are so many times.
Yeah.
Yes.
So many times. So if it was more than 26, I'm sorry. I'd lost count. And then the last question, number 6. How many trips do they take in their phone booth? I said 13.5, which I thought was a fair number. And let's see, Chris and Spaz said under. Dana and Carrie said over. It was 13.
Ooh.
Almost more, but it was I counted 13.
But they don't show the ones at the end. And I was so mad because I got to 13. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm right. This is awesome. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, they don't show it. Oh, devastating. Devastating.
I got all but one.
It was close. You did, Spaz. So for me, since I don't get a chance to play this game, I was proud of my questions about the phone booth trips and the air guitar. The fact that my over/under was like right
On
there.
the dot, yeah.
Right on.
So
Good job, Ted.
that made it more
Good job.
fun. Yeah, thank you. I'll take it.
You like making these, you getting more and more painful with these, though, man. Making them
Oh,
hard,
well,
dude.
Wait until we do Hocus Pocus, and I literally ask the questions: how many buttons are on Sarah Jessica Parker's corset?
Yeah,
Just for Chris.
Chris knows all these answers, though. He's a horny fat man who sits in his chair and watches movies, and he just knows his stuff.
Watches children's movies from like 25 years ago. Yeah.
Hey, so do I. I'm not going to complain.
What just happened?
You're getting your jollies to early 90s children's movies? Is that what you're telling
I
us?
love Hocus Pocus, so shut your face.
I mean, it's a great movie.
I know it is.
I love that movie.
Good.
Yeah, we'll see.
What does that mean?
I don't get my jollies from it. Like
do.
you two apparently do.
It's a fantastic movie.
I have a feeling I'm going to hate the movie. So.
Oh, you mean we're finally going to find a movie you don't like?
You won't, Tim, because I love it. You won't.
Well,
I hate you, Tim.
That's the thing, is this is an old movie that I've never seen before, so watching it now I'm going to be like Dana is for most of these, like, why, what was the quote? Why am I here? Or what am I doing? What am I doing? I think that's what you said.
Yep.
It's going to be hard to be friends with you if you don't like this movie, Tim.
Oh, good. I have an out.
There's no out with me.
You're the host. You can't get an out.
Oh, shit.
You can't get an out of this friendship either. You think I allow that? No.
Nope.
Shit.
Not possible.
He must be nuts.
Then Carrie and I are going to have our own little musical spin-off podcast.
Musicals, rom-coms, children's, movies.
And I have no problem with that. I'll be part of that as well. Because I don't mind musicals and rom-coms.
Well, you know what? So after we get through these movies that we have already on our docket, we're going to each of us is going to be able to pick one movie that everyone has to watch no matter what. And mine's probably going to be Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
God, I love that movie.
Mine's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas for Tim and Dick, Chris, and Dana.
Listen, it's going to be impossible for me to sit through either of those recordings and not sing every song. So,
dude, that's what I'm hoping for.
So, I'm just gonna say that despite the fact that Nightmare Before Christmas is not one of my favorite movies, I don't hate it.
But you will be annoyed with it, so I'll take it.
Yes, but you have to understand how many times I've seen it in my life thanks to Tim.
And I've probably seen it almost or close to the same amount of times as Tim has.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Well, what have we here? Sandy Claus. Oh, I'm really scared. Oh, impossible. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Spaz. You win.
Yay!
Yay!
God, that's awesome.
You want to thank the little people, or
I want to thank Chris for sucking, Carrie for sucking, and Dana for sucking.
You shut your mouth.
Okay.
Okay.
But thank you for being terrible.
We'll remember this, Dan, when you get like 1 point again. And
you mean like the next time we do over under? Okay, sounds good. I have no problems with getting shit on.
I'm gonna Tim, please save that soundbite. That will get a lot of views.
Yes, it will.
I'm gonna set a macro button for that one.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll save that along with your awkward noises.
That girl.
Spaz, did you listen to the last episode?
No.
Okay. Well, I added the growl to the very end of the episode, so
I heard you sent the text and I heard it.
yeah. Just for you, buddy.
That
Makes me so happy.
I got a good laugh out of it, so I appreciate it.
Oh, Daniel.
That's a good thing about being the producer and editor of this podcast. I can cut whatever I want and use it.
Yeah. That was funny.
All right. Well, I have two shout outs I have to give before we jump into our nostalgia score here. So the first one goes to a longtime listener who actually discovered us when on the Nerdist, well, it's not the Nerdist anymore, it's the ID10T podcast hosted by Chris Hardwick. He had talked about our show on the Community Corkboard segment when I think we did Jaws.
Yes.
when he
I think
he shared it. And that's when someone by the name of Christopher Bryan had come across us. He was listening to the ID10T podcast and decided to check us out. And I think we sold him right away on our format because we were dropping some nostalgia, some trivia, and he really liked the format. And he's been a fan and following us on Facebook since the start, and sent us some messages and was talking to us about how he found us. So one of the movies that he actually called out at the very beginning was, hey, if you guys, ever get around to it, Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure is definitely on my radar. So Christopher, consider this for you. Thank you for listening, for supporting us and sharing some thoughts with us. Really appreciate it. I know you had brought up some comments about, sharing some of your nostalgia and feedback. So some things I'm noodling around with is doing some special episodes where I can focus in on getting some guests, some other podcasters or other, fans of the show. So consider yourself an open invitation to join us sometime once we get through some of the craziness right now of doing some special episodes to talk some movies. So thanks for listening and supporting us and being there for us since the beginning. You've been there since I think the second episode we ever did, and you've listened to them all. He said he listened to every single episode except for Inception because he hasn't seen that movie yet, and he's willing to watch that movie now because we did an episode on it. So
it's a good one.
Well, there you go.
We love you,
fun.
Christopher.
Yes, thank you for listening. That's awesome.
So thanks for being there with us since the beginning. Really appreciate it, and you are awesome.
Most excellent.
Most excellent, Christopher.
Yeah, see, this is a Chris that is he's excellent to everyone.
Excellent Chris, as opposed to bogus Chris.
Yeah, heinous Chris, most heinous.
Heinous. There's the new nickname, heinous Chris. Let's get that on a T-shirt right next to your 6 is better than 1.
Yes.
Oh man, love it.
All right. And shout out number 2 goes to another friend that I have, part of the Kofi Ambassador Club. I don't know if it's called a club, but Kofi Ambassador. Her name is Ellie, and she has a Kofi page called Keep It Simple. Get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
She's awesome. So she's a personal trainer, and she's was a self-employed freelance personal trainer. But once COVID hit, everything changed, obviously, in that realm. And she's been doing what she can to try to find ways of helping others and still bring in some revenue. And she has this awesome Ko-fi page. So she has some awesome commissions. How many times can I say awesome? She has some excellent commissions.
40 times. Over, under.
That's right, yeah. Let's go some amazing now. Let's just use them all. All the superlatives. Was that what it's called, right? Am I using the right word?
Yeah, superlative.
Okay.
Well, those are just adjectives.
Adjectives, sorry. Yes. Well, yeah, adjectives.
Positive ones.
Ellie is super sweet. She has some commissions out there where you can get personal training, 30-minute slot, 60-minute slot, even do some group training for some very reasonable prices. I think it's £15. So she's in the UK. So £15 for a 30-minute one-on-one personal training session to do remotely, which is it's fantastic. So one of the things I think people are trying to do during this whole COVID shutdown, lockdown thing is staying fit and staying mentally healthy. Getting personal training is one way to do it. And Ellie is fantastic. She's a great person to talk to. She has some great opportunities for you. So check out Ellie's page. You can see her on kofi.com/keepitsimple, and I will link to it in our show notes and also on social media. So you can either buy her an oat milk mocha for £3 or one of these commissions to get personal training, which I highly recommend. She has some great stuff out there and very active and very awesome. So check her out. She's great. Get your personal training in. I won't because I hate working out.
I won't either.
But I was going to say, I think I will.
So Dana might. So we'll I'll make sure Dana gets that link.
Yeah, please, because this sounds up my alley already.
Yes. Ellie is up your alley. There we go.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, so much. I owe you so much punches, but it's okay.
It's fine. But like I said, Ellie is another Ko-fi ambassador I've been talking to the last several weeks here as we're both coming up to speed in this program. So check out her page and stay mentally and physically fit during these times.
Or eat more pizza.
Well, you could do that too.
And I am.
Fantastic.
Dude.
What?
Pizza.
Yeah, no, I love it.
There's a healthy balance in things, and we just,
There's a
Dan will take the negative, and Dana will stay healthy. It's fine. There's the balance.
I will have my keto pizza while Dan has his regular pizza, and we're good.
But what about when Chris is with us?
Well,
I am not making up for him.
Well, Chris,
I will not.
Well, Chris will eat 2 large pizzas and then go get a burrito from
Qdoba?
and eat all of it.
Maybe 2 burritos.
Yeah, 2 burritos. No, 2 burrito bowls. He doesn't get the burritos anymore because it's too much calories.
Yeah. Yes. I'm right there with him. I get the bowls.
So do I. I was never a fan of the burritos. Too much food.
I feel like I get more food in the bowls, but I digress.
Oh, you totally can.
Anyway. So there we have it. Let's we kind of shared our thoughts and our new opinions of this movie after we rewatched it and experienced it as adults. Some of us more adult than other. So let's talk about our rewatch ratings compared to our nostalgia. And Dana, this is your, as you said, the first watch.
Mm-hmm.
When you left your nostalgia, you gave it a
4.
A 4, and it was kind of a cautiously not really optimistic 4.
Yep.
Lay it on us. Where are you at?
This may come as a surprise, but a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to take a 5, and I'm not even going to question it. Moving on.
You shouldn't.
No.
Thank you. Good.
No.
That's smart. If you want me to watch more of them, you should probably stick with this.
Wait. Okay, so I'm not gonna trash you, but I'm just curious. So a 5. If I'm looking at your other scores, you gave Bad Boys a 5. You gave Con Air a 5. Where does this? Oh, you gave Matrix a 5.
Tim is never going to
Now the Matrix one was because it didn't hold up. That's totally different.
It's different. So this kind of sits middle of the road for you. So where?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else to add to your assessment of this movie?
I mean, I don't know if I have anything that will really add to it, but I mean, like I said, the beginning was painfully slow.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I laughed. I mean, I didn't hate it. It was one of those things where it was like, okay, I watched it. It was okay. It wasn't great. Wasn't the worst or anything. And I still think if I had seen that when I was younger, I probably would have felt a little bit more strongly about it. But it wasn't enough to deter me from actually going and watching the new one when it comes out. What was that, next week?
Yeah.
It comes out next week.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't enough to deter me. So, I mean, it's, middle of the road movie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, and I will take that. Because I could have swore after seeing you watch this movie, I thought you were going to say it's a 1. I'm never trusting you on a movie again.
Oh, no. Listen, there was only one movie that I would have actually given that, but I still felt like I had to give it a better score. And we're not going to go there.
The Hobbit, Desolate of Smaug. Got it. I even said the friggin' name wrong, I think.
Desolation,
yeah.
What one was it that we went and saw?
Oh, God. The first one. The
Hobbit?
I made you guys go at midnight. I'm a huge nerd. I was so excited, and I made you guys go to midnight, and it was like 3 hours long, and it was so slow.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing is he there was no reason to break those up into 3 parts.
No.
It was all just a one get it done type of movie because the book is so short.
It's funny you picked on the second one though, because I thought that was the best one of the 3. But
that was the second. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the last one.
No, that was Battle of the 5 Armies.
Oh, there it is.
You can't out-nerd me. You just can't.
I wasn't trying to. I just I thought that was the third one.
No.
So the third one was not so good. I wasn't too big a fan of the third one. I don't know.
Tim,
Yes.
I have to add something to my score.
Uh-oh. what's
I'm
that?
not changing the number, but you said I gave The Matrix a 5, and I gave this a
did.
5.
She's
Oh
going to
my
give
God.
it 5.5.
No. I see it.
No, it's because they're totally connected.
Keanu.
Yeah. The phone booth, the time portal flying. Yeah.
There's a theory out on the interwebs
I read this theory.
where I believe Bill and Ted is connected to John Wick.
Oh, hell yeah.
Interesting.
I don't see it, but I like it.
I mean,
Well, there was also a theory for a long time until Alex Winter busted it that it was also part of Biodome.
I did see that.
And that Pauly Shore went to audition for Ted.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
So picture that instead of Keanu, it's Pauly Shore.
No.
Not even.
No.
Hey, buddy.
No. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. You guys should give your scores too.
Dana wants to be done. I want Dana to be done because I don't want her to change it. I'll take a 5. I will take a 5.
Too bad. It's already locked in, Tim. You're good.
I was locked in. I wasn't going to change it.
Well, the reviews aren't locked in. The over/under are locked in, unless you're carrying it's your birthday.
Woo!
Yeah.
I was going to say, this is not around a birthday time. I wouldn't change it anyways.
All right.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, Spaz, how about you? You came in at a 7.5.
I'm gonna stay with 7.5.
All right.
Yeah, it brought back the fond memories I had of it. But if the first 10-15 minutes of the movie weren't so slow, it would probably get bumped up a little. But the comedy was great. It's a lot better now. And I still had that. I mean, as soon as I saw it, this nostalgia came to me. So I'm just going to keep it at 7.5.
All right. I'll take it. Well, Carrie, you came in at a 6.9, dude. Has that changed?
Yes, and oh god, Tim, I don't want to be the one to break your heart. I think I still really enjoyed it. And remember, 5s are good for me, so please take this. I'm going to drop down to, I think, a 6 on this. So not a big drop.
I thought you were dropping 2 of 5.
No, God, no. I still really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was fun. And to be honest with you, going back, I was laughing. I'm like, this is only 80 minutes long. I kind of miss that of the 80s, where you could just have a fun movie that wasn't like 3 hours long. So everything about it was succinct. It had its quips. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just thought that some of the California stuff just dragged on way too long at the beginning, and it just slowed it down. So I'm in agreement with the others, and I'll settle on 6.
Yeah, and to be fair, you were coming in at a 6.5 before you changed it to a 6.9. So it dropping down half a point from your original thoughts. It's not bad. It's the movie is it's 89. So
I'd watch it again.
Oh yeah. Oh absolutely.
I really wanted to watch it again as soon as we finished watching it. So I'm like, you know what, Dana? I think you need to see it again to understand this.
See, that was your nostalgia. Now we're gonna watch it again. You'll like it.
Yeah, I probably would have ended up on the streets.
Yeah, you would have gotten knifed.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Chris has not watched it yet.
Ziggy Piggy.
So
I want to be the Ziggy Piggy. I could have ate all the ice cream.
You got nothing on Chris, though.
I'm fatter than Chris. I have
you can't eat that much.
Oh, I could crush that ice cream. Are you kidding me?
I think we need to test this. I think
Chris
when I come there,
can't even eat ice cream. He's lactose intolerant.
Oh God, too bad.
Napoleon was great. I just have to say that character was awesome.
Yes.
He did the part well.
I still love the water park. I love him.
Yes. Yeah.
And
I want to go back to a water park.
Me too.
No kidding. And I get that it's a caricature of Napoleon. He wasn't necessarily like that. And I mean, in all historical purposes, he's not really short, but that's how society has deemed Napoleon. So he's just short, dead dude.
Yeah.
But just that caricature of him is just, I thought was perfect and just a lot of fun. And hey, also another smart thing that they did was with that, when he got launched into that time travel vortex, is very similar to something that happened in real life with him. He got, a blast from a cannonball and launched him. So it's still semi-historically accurate that it did happen in real life. So there's some history for you. Don't ask me about the Battle of Waterloo, but
No.
He lost.
I know about cannonball explosions. But I came in, because this was nostalgia, mind you, at a 9.5.
Coming in hot.
And just for the record, if I'm looking back at my scores, I definitely live in the world of nostalgia, because I gave Jaws a 9, Inception a 10, The Matrix I gave a 9.5, Bill and Ted I gave a 9.5. So that, I live for my past. Sometimes I think I wish I was still a kid, but
Fact.
So yes, and Dana can attest, I still act like a kid. But besides that, if I'm looking at this movie now, rewatching it, there were some moments, obviously, like I said, that I found funny now that I didn't understand as a kid, that, was hilarious. So many scenes I loved. Just overall, it was just really, I thought it was really well done. And like I was mentioning, that just seeing Keanu and Alex play off of each other, you can tell they were having a blast. It was fun. When you can see that the actors are actually enjoying the craft and the things that they're doing. And even though they're very young, and this was, some of their first roles, really, they didn't seem like they were just faking it. And, yes, they could just act like this normally, but I was watching some audition tapes of them trying out for these roles. And I mean, they got along immediately. They were just having a blast. And that's, you can go along on that excellent adventure with them if they're enjoying it too. Some things that really bothered me was that whole Missy dad situation. It just felt really cringy and sad. And I think in the second one, isn't Ted's dad with Missy? Didn't it flip?
It could have.
Wow.
For some reason, I want to say that then Ted's dad ended up with her.
Maybe when they're in like hell, maybe?
No, I think it really happened. I feel like she got divorced from Bill's dad and married Ted's. For some reason, that stands out in my head. I might be totally wrong, but I feel like that happens.
That's a whole new level of messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just totally off.
You're probably
off
right.
My head.
You're probably right.
But I mean, anyway, it's just that really kind of. I get that they were just kind of going for a funny moment, but it felt sad. Just the look on her face as he's like kicking them out of the room and shutting the door. It felt very, very gross.
Yeah, that and there's another scene that would not be in movies now in today's time world. That and when they looked, who did they give a hug? I think they hugged each other.
Yeah, the homophobic slur. Yeah. You just don't. That's just not happening anymore. That's something I noticed too. I was like, that does not age.
Yeah, I was like, I thought to myself, wow, something not in today's world.
No, but so there's definitely some things that don't age with the 80s, especially that being a moment. But yeah, and then plus there's some plot stuff that just some moments I'm like, wait a minute, but why? But then I thought, oh yeah, Bill and Ted, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But I'll just call them out specific. So they're going to get their heads cut off. And what?
I'm laughing, but why? Because I said that so much to myself during this movie.
Yeah, exactly. But then, they're going to get their heads cut off and suddenly it's Billy the Kid and Socrates are the executioners. I'm like, yeah, but how do they do that? But don't worry about it. And then
when he was falling down the stairs and he got out of his suit. Yeah. I got out of that when I was falling down the stairs. But how?
I fell out of my armor. It's like, oh, so it was like perfectly still placed as a person. Nah, don't worry about it. Stop it. It's Bill and Ted, man.
Yeah.
Just go with it. But anyway, I digress. It's still, I still enjoy this movie. I find the jokes better than when I was a kid, just because I understand them more. Some things some stuff doesn't age well, but I still enjoy the hell out of it. And watching this movie made me want to go watch Bogus Journey more so now than I did before. So Dana, if you seriously want to and are considering it, I will get that DVD out. Nope. Okay, moving on.
I'm not, I'm not answering this. Not right now. So.
Okay, not on the podcast, so I can't say, what you said. But anyway.
Not be stuck to anything.
So you know what's going to happen, Dana. When we're done here, you're going to be sitting on the couch watching Bogus Adventure.
This is probably going to happen.
It's Bogus Journey.
Bogus Adventure.
It's Bogus Journey.
Bogus Adventure.
Boo.
I'm just kidding.
I got my mouse hovered over that kick button in this.
Boo.
But anyway, it's so yeah, like I said, 9.5 nostalgia. This is a really long way of me saying I'm dropping it, but I'm dropping it down to a 9. And the reason why I'm going a 9 because for me, this is still a very excellent watch. It's still fun. It's a very enjoyable journey. The jokes are still, to me, are relevant. And I can see myself saying these kind of things in high school, especially, same with Spaz. Like, yeah, I can see that. Not paying attention, and that's what you'd come up with. I'm probably going to annoy Dana because I'm going to start talking like them again. It's just, I can't help it. Sorry. Most not heinous.
I'm trying to think of something witty to respond with, but I can't. So I'm just whatever.
Wait a minute. This score cannot be right. Can somebody get out a calculator really quick?
I'm here.
Yeah, we have a human calculator.
Carrie's got her T9 already out, or TI-89 already out.
I'm ready.
All right. So 6 plus 5 plus 9 plus 7.5 divided by 4
is 21.875. How is that possible?
How is that possible?
I know why. Oh my God. Pretend. This is what happens when you do it on a calculator instead of just in your head.
You did 75 instead of 7.5?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay. So, let's try again. 6, 5, 9, 7.5 divided by 4.
It's 6.875. Yeah, it just...
Oh,
sorry.
And it rounds to 6.9, guys.
It does.
Yes, it does.
We did it! We did it!
But does Chris get his...
Nope, I don't care about Chris.
Screw Chris.
We got a 69, dude!
Yeah! Hell yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
That's all I care about.
I wanted, it would have been nice to get it for both, the nostalgia and the rewatch.
Oh.
I'll take one. That's awesome.
Man.
Good job, guys. Good job.
I'm so happy right now. We did it.
Good job.
We matched IMDb totally unintentionally. We did it.
I feel like this is one of those moments where, excuse my quote of a different movie, but you're going to post that. And I'm most likely going to be like, good tweet.
It's a good tweet. It's a good tweet. Oh,
Neat.
Bringing the other guys back up in every single recording we do now.
Yes.
Can we do that movie, please?
Oh, yeah. We're told that. Yeah. Don't worry,
Yes.
Dana. That movie's going to get more done for sure.
I hope.
Oh, man. I'm so excited right now, guys.
It's freaking awesome. I'm so
Perfection.
happy Chris isn't here because we would not have gotten it.
Yes. For him.
Yeah. So that brings our rewatch rating to a 6.9, which is 0.2 better than our nostalgia. So you know what? This movie is excellent.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
You know what other movies went up by 0.2 after we rewatched them? Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
two movies well worth.
Also both from the same year.
Yes.
There you go. Got a thing for 89.
Mm-hmm.
And 69.
6.9. What a way to end it, right? You know, we come in here with our rewatch rating, totally not planned. Drop a 6.9 on us.
Love it. Love it.
You did all right.
As you're talking, I just keep going with other guy quotes in my head.
No.
I'm like, oh no. See, you guys, I'm just letting you know I'm pulling a Chris right now.
Talking
And
about
I'm going
movies.
to keep talking about this movie until we actually watch it.
That's fine. It's a good movie.
Nobody's fighting that one.
Just saying.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? that I got nothing else to say. Ending it at a 6.9, I'm good. I am good.
Most excellent, dude.
Anyone else have any final closing comments on this?
It was a real throwback, but like I said, I really enjoyed it, even despite it being, like we said, it was. I was a little worried heading into it. I think overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It was entertaining. So, like I said, I would watch it again.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So anyone that hasn't watched Bill and Ted and have always just kind of just blown it off, Dana, or just it's never been your wheelhouse, I would say, and I think overall we'd all say, is just give it a chance, knowing what you're getting yourself into. It's funny. It's really well written. The guys are having a blast in it. And if you like Excellent Adventure, try Bogus Journey because it's still fun. I hope it's fun. I think it's fun. I liked it. I think I liked it.
You were really selling it right now.
I am selling it. And above all, especially in these times, go and support the third one, Bill and Ted Face the Music, because they worked their asses off. I think almost over 15 years getting this movie out. And in 2020, with no theaters, productions like this are hurting, trying to get these films out. So support them. Go rent the movie. Go watch it. Not like I'm getting any kickbacks from them, but I really support what the guys are doing, and they're very passionate about it. And the fact they got the original crew together to put this movie out makes it even better.
Yes.
So go watch Bill and Ted Face the Music. Support these, these production companies are still making it happen. Support these guys that pour their heart into these things. And we got to keep the cinemas going. So I guess if you, hold
on. No, this is something to bring up because of these times. So unless you're in Michigan, which I would assume we have quite a few people listening from Michigan, how do they watch it?
How do they watch it indeed, Dana? Great question.
No, because our theaters are all closed. So can you, if it's in the theaters in other states?
See, I pre-ordered it already, so.
There you go.
Okay, I just was curious because I'm like, well, so how do we go support it when we live in a state that everything's closed?
I think for the most part in the U.S., I'm not sure I've heard of any places where this is actually being played in a theater. I might be wrong, but I haven't heard anything from anyone. But it's available on multiple streaming services that, you got your Amazons, your iTunes, Vudu. I mean, it's pretty much everywhere you can stream or rent a movie is where you can find Face the Music. Yep. And it's coming out August 28th in America. And I think Europe has to wait a bit because it's actually coming out in theaters because, Europe knows how to stay home and take care of themselves. So their theaters are opening up. This is premiering in September. So they got to wait a little while to see it. But all across the U.S. in particular, I know it's available for streaming on the 28th. So you can pre-order it now and get some bonus features. I recommend following everybody on Twitter or Facebook because they're sharing a lot of great things. Like Ed Sullivan's actually sharing some of the original script he was writing because the entire first script for Excellent Adventure was written on a notepad paper. Yep. And he's been sharing some screen, captures of that, some other things from the past. It's kind of cool to reflect back on this stuff, especially as you're always afraid when a movie's coming out, like a sequel to a movie from way in the past is coming out now. You're automatically just going to assume it's terrible. I think there's been some examples of that, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh God.
and many others before it, but just, I have all the faith in the world in these guys pulling this together and just go into it, just expecting just to have fun and have a lot of great throwbacks. Just, let's just enjoy it. So that's what I hope to do and plan on doing. So, look on your favorite streaming sites where you can purchase it. It's at, I think most places have it for like $20 or $25 or something like that. But it's, if you're not going to the theater, there's your price of admission right there. Support these guys. They've poured their hearts into it. And that's what I have.
I like it. Can't wait.
So if you enjoy our show, I got to do my plug. Subscribe, rate us, because it helps. Those ratings do help. It helps with our visibility. Subscribing also helps our download numbers go up. So sponsors be like, hey, these guys actually know what they're doing, so that maybe Twizzlers one day will actually read any of my messages I've sent them over the last 7 months and sponsor us one day.
Come on, Twizzlers.
Come on, guys.
Woo!
Let's I think this was done before our recording started, but if we can get enough supporters, I'm going to set up a campaign. If we get enough supporters, then Carrie's going to actually eat Twizzlers.
Live.
And
it seems
we'll record it.
We'll totally.
It's going to be awesome.
Hey, some people are into that, Carrie. So.
Yeah.
I know.
And Spaz is one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be eating Twizzlers with you. So I'll be with you, Carrie. I'll be struggling through the Twizzlers with you.
Oh, yes. So subscribe, rate us. Go to our website at oswpodcast.com to see all our information. Any new things that we post will be out there as well. And don't forget that on August 31st, I'm going to be doing a live stream. Everybody's invited to join. We'll be talking movies, talking our podcast, giving away over $450 worth of prizes that have been generously donated by our many sponsors, and just having some fun, trying something new, pretty much what I'm approaching this as. So I'm hoping we already have some questions that are coming in. So if anyone has any questions they want us to answer, send them our way, either on Twitter or at onsecondwatch@outlook.com. And also the same thing goes if you want to send your phone number. I don't know why you would. Spaz is looking for some friends.
Wow, Tim, you're just not going to give that one up, are you?
No, I'm not. It's, you never know what you're going to get.
That's true.
I'm waiting for someone to do it because someone's, we're still getting Ryan Gosling pictures for the ladies.
That's awesome.
So.
Keep them coming, guys. Ladies.
No.
Keep them coming.
No.
We need more, because I'm also, every now and then, will throw Ryan Gosling at him myself. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Hashtag doing it now. Here it comes, ladies.
It is not fun.
Oh, it's fun.
It's fun for some
And
people.
also, this Easter Bunny is badass.
No, it's terrifying.
It's pretty awesome.
It's terrifying. What are you talking about?
It's awesome. I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. This has been Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So, I guess be excellent to each other.
Woo! Spaz out.
Oh, you're not going to finish the quote?
And party on, dudes.
Thank you. God, sometimes it's pulling teeth. Anyway, see ya.
7 minutes ago, we, your forefathers, were brought forth upon a most excellent adventure, conceived by our new friends, Bill and Ted. These two great gentlemen are dedicated to a proposition which was true in my time, just as it's true today. Be excellent to each other and